Hey everybody, it's Dolphin Treasure here, and welcome to this week's little, I don't know what the hell to call this video. This is going to be a little bit different. Well, it's going to be very much different, actually. This is called the 16 Personalities Test. And what this is, it's a freakishly accurate description of who you are and why you do things the way you do them. This personality quiz was actually recommended to me by Katie Pedno, and I will go ahead and put her name right there up there for you. Just a nice big shout out to you, darling. Thank you so much for suggesting this to me. She was really curious about what my personality type is, and you know what? In all honesty, I'm really curious too. I have no idea. I've taken a personality test many years ago when I was in college, I think, or high school or something like that, and I took it and I answered it as truthfully as I could, and I can't exactly remember what the results are. So this test is going to be really interesting because, you know, as people grow, as people change and they learn new things, of course their personalities can change. So whatever I had back then may be completely different from what I have right now, in personality wise. I'm actually really curious to find out what it is, and you guys get to come along with me. Let's go ahead and just jump on in and take the test. Now, I am going to answer this as truthfully as I possibly can, like to the best of my knowledge. And apparently this is a very fast quiz, or a very fast test. It's about 12 minutes or so in length. It just asks you to be yourself and make sure to complete everything and no neutral answers. All right, I got this. I think I can do this. All right, let's see. First question. Okay. You enjoy vibrant social events with lots of people. I would have to say, oh my goodness, I didn't know that there was going to be one, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. 7. Holy crap, there's seven different circles that you can choose from. Oh my goodness. Okay, so when I think to big, vibrant events, I'm thinking like big concerts, big raves, big conventions, stuff like that. And I actually do really enjoy going to them. I've been to a few conventions in my lifetime, not a whole lot, but I have been to quite a few of them, and I had an absolute blast, especially when I go with my friends. Sometimes I've gone by myself, and I had a great time as well. I would have to say I agree with that. Very much so. Alrighty, second question. You often spend time exploring unrealistic yet intriguing ideas. Oh my god, that is a big freaking yes to that. Oh, you guys have no idea how many like scenarios and stuff that I have in my head that are never ever going to come to fruition. But I love thinking about them because I love preparing myself in case the scenario does come up. Yes, I definitely agree with that, 100%. Okay, your travel plans are more likely to look like a rough list of ideas than a detailed itinerary. That is a big yep. I am extremely spontaneous when it comes to travel because I just love exploring so many different ideas of what you can do when you're traveling. Like, for instance, when we went on our honeymoon, we didn't really have an idea of where we wanted to go, and I just spontaneously came up with the idea saying, hey, let's go to the Grand Canyon. Don't know what else we're gonna do, but let's go. And we'll figure it out as we go. And we also did that when we went storm chasing. My husband, myself, and his younger brother, when we went storm chasing, we did the same thing. We just took a week, sometime during the summer, sometime during storm season, and we just drove all over the plains. You often think about what you should have said in a conversation long after it's oh yes, all the time, and I even think about scenarios like this, like that have happened when I was a kid, you know, when I was really little, you know, and I used to get into arguments or I got into fights, or whenever you had a bully approach me. If your friend is sad about something, your first instinct is to support them emotionally, not try to solve their problem. Ooh, see, now I'm kind of in the middle about this one because I like to do both. My first instinct is to actually help solve their problem and also be supportive at the same time. But my first thought is like, okay, hold on a minute, take a deep breath. We can solve this. We can fix this problem. So I'm going to have to It's definitely not neutral. It's definitely not like highly disagree, because I like to initiate support right away, but I want to come up with a solution right away, more so. And I would have to go with it's between one of these two. I would have to say this one. Next question. People can rarely upset you. I'm gonna have to disagree with that one. I'm gonna have to disagree. I am a pretty emotional person, and some things, it just depends on the situation. It depends on who it is, and it just depends on what's happening. But people can upset me, so I'm gonna have to disagree on that. Not strongly disagree, because after like a couple days or so, or after a day or so, I can, learn to let it go and just, accept it that it happened and just be like, okay, bye. We are 10% done. Oh my God. And this is taking longer than 12 minutes, but that's because I like to talk. Anyway, let's see. You often rely on other people to be the ones to start a conversation and keep it going. I'm kind of in the middle with this one, because I like to initiate conversation, but I don't expect others to keep it going. I disagree. I don't want to go totally neutral either on that one, so I'm just gonna slightly disagree. If you have to temporarily put your plans on hold, you make sure it is your top priority to get back on track as soon as possible. No. No, I am like one of the worst people when it comes to trying to stay on track with something, because I get distracted so easily. Okay, let's see. You rarely worry if you made a good impression on someone you met. Oh, I disagree with that one. I always want to try and leave a good impression on somebody. Next question. It would be a challenge for you to spend the whole weekend all by yourself without feeling bored. I disagree. I disagree with that, because I can find something to do. You are more of a detail-oriented person than a big picture person. Oh, that is a very, very good question. You are more detail-oriented than a big picture person. I would have to say that is true. But I also see the big picture as well, so I'm not totally neutral on it, but I have to slightly agree with that. You are very affectionate with the people you care about. Of course, that is a big, big, big slap on the butt. Agree. You have a careful and methodical approach to life. Nope. Nope, that is a big nope. I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. I have no idea where I'm going with my life, so I'm just winging it and having a good time. Welcome to the Dolphin Treasure channel. You are still bothered by the mistakes you made a long time ago. Yes. Yes. And I'm sure everybody has some sort of memory or some sort of thing in their past that they are not 100% happy about how it turned out. Mistakes happen. That's how you learn. That's how you learn and grow as a person, and that's how you change and all this fun stuff. So it's nothing to sweat over, but I am sure, I am positive, like 100% positive, that there is a scenario in someone's head from the past that they just are, that just like picks the back of their brains, and comes forward within in the memory and the frontal lobe, and they're just like, no, go away. Gosh darn it, stop reminding me. I'm pretty sure that happens to all of us. When in a group of people you do not know, you have no problem jumping right into the conversation. No. No, that's a big fat nope from me. No, I don't want to do that, because I actually consider that to be rude. If I'm with somebody and they might know somebody in that group or whatever, I just say, no. I just say no. Let's see. When you sleep, your dreams tend to be bizarre and yes, all the yes. Very, very bizarre. Very, very fantastical. Like, I can write Lord of the Rings 10 times over with what I dream about, okay? It's so, like, my subconscious is just like, I don't know. It's like on its own drugs, and I've never taken drugs in my life, so I don't know what the hell's going on. Let's see. Moving on. In your opinion, is it is sometimes okay to step on others to get ahead in life? No. 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 Big fat no. If they do that to me, then I'll be pissed. But I don't believe in doing that. I don't believe in stepping on somebody. I don't believe pushing someone aside. I don't believe using somebody to get ahead. I don't believe in that crap. That's because I guess I'm not like a business-minded shark kind of a person. That happens a lot in the business world. That happens a lot with people who want to become famous or whatever. You know, it's like, you know what? What are you really sacrificing, and what's the price really worth? You know, for you to push somebody aside, especially if you're like friends with that person and you're only using them, you know, to get ahead or to get something that you want. I mean, come on. I mean, how shallow? You know, seriously, that's ridiculous. So, big fat nope on that. Big fat nope. You are dedicated to and focused on your goals only, rarely getting sidetracked. Nope. That is a big nope. And you guys can pretty much guess, so I'm just going to leave that alone. If you make a mistake, you tend to start doubting yourself, your abilities, or your knowledge. Yes. Yes, I do. I do. And that's, again, me not having much self-confidence, me not having much self-esteem. And every time I make a mistake, I just associate mistake with problem. And I associate problem with, you know, bad things happening. You usually lose interest in a discussion when it gets philosophical. No, that is not true. I love philosophical conversations. Let's see, you feel more drawn to places with a bustling and busy atmosphere than more quiet and intimate ones. I'm actually gonna have to go neutral on that because it just depends on my mood. Like, I can go to a big bustling city, but I can also enjoy like a quiet walk in the country. You know, where there's just cows and birds and all that stuff. And that's like my first neutral answer, I think. It just depends on my mood of the day. You usually prefer to get your revenge rather than forgive. No, I don't even bother. Nope, I just don't even bother. Like I said, I may seethe about it for a few days, a week, month, maybe a year, but eventually, nope. You often put special effort into interpreting the real meaning of the message of a movie or a song. Yep, I love doing that. I love finding the hidden meanings when it comes to artistic endeavors, especially when it comes to movies. Like, for example, George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead series. Love that franchise. And one of my favorite movies from that franchise has to be Land of the Dead. Land of the Dead is a political statement rather than a movie, like a zombie horror film. It is awesome. You know, it talks about like societal standards and like the wage gaps and special privileges and stuff like that. And you know, there's just happens to be zombies involved, but the zombies are symbolic as well as where they live, you know, where the live people live. But you know what I mean. So I just love thinking about that kind of stuff and just listening to the meaning of it and also interpreting music as well. Because it just makes it all the more enjoyable and very stimulating. And I'm a very artistic person anyway. Let's see. You always know exactly what you want. No. And nope, that is a big fat nope, no for me. And I'm not the only person. I'm not the only one. It's okay. It's okay. You know, person out there that has changed your major like 3 times, it's okay. It really is. You tend to focus on present realities rather than future possibilities. I'm going to have to disagree with that. I am always imagining what my future looks like, even though I am not making any steps to progress it. But I'm always on the lookout for any new future ideas. So I'm going to have to disagree with that one. When you know someone thinks highly of you, you'll always wonder how long it will be until they become disappointed in you. Ooh. Man, hitting it right in the feels there, buddy. Let's see. I would, I do, but it's not as big of a deal now compared to when I was younger, so I'm gonna have to just slightly disagree with that. Let's see. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking up a conversation. No. Nope, I don't. Like, if somebody's just standing out there on the street corner, I'm like, you look interesting, I'm gonna start talking to you. No. But if it's in a social situation and I'm with a friend and, you know, somebody might be by themselves, I'm like, maybe. We'll see how that goes. You often drift away into daydreaming about various ideas and scenarios. Yes, as I mentioned before, I am a very imaginative person. So yes, I do daydream a lot. Don't tell anybody. This is just between you and me, okay? Don't tell anybody. You look after yourself first and others come in second. You know, I've kind of learned to do that more so now than when I was younger. But I still like to put other people first before myself. So I'm going to have to moderately disagree with that. Even when you have planned a particular daily routine, you usually just end up doing what you feel like at any given moment. Yep, that is correctamundo, because I have that gratification monkey that's constantly going, do this instead. You know, just like banging his cymbals, you know, right behind me. Do this instead. Do this instead, you know, that kind of thing. Oh, and I'm like, you asshole, go away, go sleep, go to sleep. Your mood can change very quickly. Yes, it can. It depends on the situation. It depends on what happens, but my mood can go from here to here to here. Just depends on what's going on. But yes, that does happen. And I'm being honest about that. That does happen. You often contemplate the reasons for a human existence or the meaning of life. Yes, all the time. And that's just me being philosophical again and just trying to contemplate and figure out what this all means. What our universe, our huge universe, all really means. Like, why? Just why for everything? Spending time in a dynamic atmosphere with lots of people around quickly makes you feel drained and in the need of a getaway. I'm gonna have to say no. I mean, I do understand and acknowledge that being in a huge group of people, you know, it can be a little tiresome, but not so much right away that, oh my God, I gotta go off and, you know, find myself or whatever. Or I'm gonna have a midlife crisis and I gotta go on a motorcycle adventure. You know, no, nothing like that, no. You see yourself as more of a realist than a visionary. Nope. And that's just because my imagination just likes to run wild and it gets the best of me sometimes, and I imagine myself in scenarios that I'm never going to be in. So, but hey, everybody does it. I'm sure of it. Everybody does it. Again, that's between you and me, okay? You, me, and the computer. You find it easy to empathize. You find it easy to empathize with a person who has gone through something you never have. Yes. I would agree with that. I would slightly agree with that. Your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized and consistent efforts. That is not true. I'm gonna have to strongly disagree with that one, because I'm constantly like marking things down, and when I put something aside, I always put like a little note on it saying why I put it aside and stuff like that, so I can investigate it further into the future. Your emotions control you more than you can control them. That was very true when I was younger, but as I've grown older and I've grown up and I've learned to handle my emotions better, I am going to have to disagree with that. You always consider how your actions might affect other people before doing something. Yes, I would have to strongly agree with that. I would. I always want to put them first before myself, so I always check myself first before heading into that situation. You still honor the commitments you have made even if you have a change of heart. No. I'm gonna have to disagree with that. Moderately disagree with that one because, yeah, if I have a huge change of heart and depending on the situation, I can just say no. Like, I have learned to say no when it comes to a certain commitment. I have just learned that yes, I can change my mind, and no, I don't have to stick with something if I don't want to. You know, find a way to fix it, reverse it, but you don't have to finish it. You know, that kind of thing. If you have to. Let's see, you rarely feel insecure. Disagree. I went for this one first, and I just immediately went for that one first, but I don't know if I'm actually lying about it, though. Because I feel a little more secure than I did a long time ago, but I still have a lot of insecurities about myself. So I don't know if it's this one or this one. But I immediately went for that one first, so I'm just gonna stick with that one. Okay, there we go. We are at the end of the quiz. Oh, that's awesome. It was 90% done. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Okay, so let's see. My personality type is INFPT. And that actually looks very familiar. I think I had something similar to that from my last quiz that I took like many years ago in college. I am a mediator. My personality type is mediator. INFPT. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so my mind is about, it's a little right there in the middle between extroverted and introverted. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I got a nice little balance there, so okay, cool. Energy. Intuitive is strongly more apparent than being observant. Let's see. Nature. This trait determines how we make decisions and cope with emotions. I go more based on feeling than I do thinking. Yeah, that's true. Tactics. This trait reflects our approach to work, planning, and decision-making process. Judging, prospecting. So I'm more of a prospector than I am at judging things. Okay, that works. Identity. This trait underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities and decisions. I am very turbulent, apparently. But yes, that is true. It's because I have several doubts about myself, so I am actually not surprised about that. Not surprised about that at all, but at least my mind is kind of well balanced, you know, between introverted and extroverted, I guess. I don't know. Mediator personalities are true idealists, always looking for the hint of good in even the worst of people and events, searching for ways to make things better. Yep, that says a lot. While they may be perceived as calm, reserved, or even shy, mediators have an inner flame and passion that can truly shine. Okay, this is scary. This is very scary. Comprising just 4% of the population, the risk of feeling misunderstood is unfortunately high for the mediator personality type, but when they find like-minded people to spend their time with, the harmony they feel will be a fountain of joy and inspiration. Being a part of the diplomat role group, mediators are guided by their principles rather than by logic, excitement, or practicality. When deciding how to move forward, they will look to honor, beauty, and morality and virtue. Mediators are led by the purity of their intent, not rewards and punishments. Damn, this is scary. Wow, people who share the mediator personality type are proud of this quality, and rightly so, but not everybody understands the drive behind these feelings, and it can lead to isolation. Yeah. We know what we are, but know not what we may be. That's true. But at their best, these qualities enable mediators to communicate deeply with others, easily speaking in metaphors and parables, and understanding and creating symbols to share their ideas. Artists. There you go. Fantasy worlds in particular fascinate mediators more than any other personality type. The strength of their visionary communication style lends itself well to creative works, and it comes as no surprise that many famous mediators are poets, writers, and actors. There you go. Understanding themselves and their place in the world is more important to mediators, and they explore those ideas by projecting them into their work. Holy crap, this is freaking scary! Katie, this is scary! You didn't tell me this was gonna be scary! Mediators' ability with language doesn't stop with their native tongue either. As with most people who share the diplomat personality types, they are considered gifted when it comes to learning a second or even a third language. Their gift for communication also lends itself well to mediators' desire for harmony, a recurring theme with diplomats, and helps them to move forward as they find their calling. Oh, wow. That is actually very scarily accurate. They weren't kidding. Oh my god. Strengths and weaknesses. Yes, I am curious about this. Please. Mediator strengths. Idealistic. Seek and value harmony, open-minded and flexible, very creative, passionate and energetic, dedicated and hardworking. Okay, yes. And their weaknesses: too idealistic, too altruistic. I can't remember what that means. Mediators sometimes see themselves as selfish, but only because they want to give so much more than they are able to. This becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy as they try to push themselves to commit to a chosen cause or person, forgetting to take care of the needs of others in their lives, and especially themselves. God damn, this is scary. Impractical. Dislike dealing with data. Yeah, that's very true. Take things personally. I can, yeah. Difficult to get to know. I don't know about that. Romantic relationships. Love all, trust a few, do wrong to none. Ooh, that's actually true as well. Okay. Wow. Interesting. Huh. Well, there you have it. My personality type, INFPT or INFPA, whatever you want to call it. I am a mediator, apparently, so I'm somewhere in the middle, in between. I like to be like, no on you and no on you. No, you stay over there in your corner, you stay over there in your corner, and we'll figure this out together. No! Wow, but that was actually very freaking scarily accurate. I am not going to lie. Holy crap. Okay. Well, if you guys want to go ahead and give this a try for yourselves, I will go ahead and leave that link in the description box below so you can actually figure out what your personality type is. There's 16 different personality types, so, you know, just do your best, be as accurate as possible, do not lie about yourself, and see what you guys come up with. I'm actually very curious, so if you try it out for yourselves and you want to share that information with us, go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. Don't forget, we do have a Discord server, so if you guys would like to join us, you can go ahead and click that link in the description box below as well. We'll be there to greet you and say hello. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up here. That was really interesting. Very, very interesting. Very, very different than the last quiz that I took, and I can't remember what it was because it was so many years ago. But I think I got something a little similar to this, and I just couldn't remember what it was called. But I'm like, okay. I guess I haven't changed too much from the last time I took it, which was like, I don't know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, something like that. I don't remember. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's little video. Don't forget to do awesome, be awesome, and stay awesome. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye. Bye. God bless your hearts. Thank you for being my friends for that long. Holy crap.